Let's slow down for a moment. If you feel tired lately, even on days when you didn't really do that much, there's nothing wrong with you. This kind of tiredness doesn't show up on calendars. It doesn't come from long hours or heavy lifting. And that's exactly why it's so confusing. You look at your day and think, I didn't even do much. So why do I feel like this? If that question has been sitting quietly in your mind, this video is for you. A lot of people experience this tiredness in similar ways. You wake up already feeling behind. Not late, just behind. You work through the day, but nothing feels finished. Even when tasks are done, your mind keeps replaying them. You rest, but it doesn't feel restorative. You scroll, hoping to relax, and somehow feel worse afterward. Sometimes the exhaustion hits after social interactions. Not because they were bad. Just because being on takes more out of you than it used to. Other times it's the opposite. You spend the day alone, barely moving, and still feel depleted by evening. And then comes the guilt. The quiet kind. The kind that says, why am I tired when other people are doing so much more? Why can't I handle what used to feel normal? Why do I need rest when I haven't earned it? This is not physical exhaustion. It's not laziness. And it's not weakness. It's something else entirely. Here's the central idea of this video. We'll move slowly with it. You're not tired from effort. You're tired from constant low-level vigilance. Not dramatic stress. Not panic. Not crisis. Just the quiet, ongoing effort of holding yourself together. Vigilance isn't fear. It's monitoring. It's the background process of checking. Am I doing enough? Am I falling behind? Did I say the right thing? Should I be using this time better? Is this okay, or should I be improving something? Most of this happens silently. So silently that you don't notice it as work. But it is work. Imagine leaving dozens of browser tabs open. Not because you're using them, but because you might need them later. Nothing is crashing. Nothing looks broken. But the system keeps running hot. That's what vigilance does to the mind. This is why rest often doesn't help. You can lie down. You can stop working. You can even sleep. But if the monitoring never stops, the system never powers down. Your body rests. Your mind stays alert. And alertness without danger is exhausting. A lot of people say they're fine. And they mean it. They're functioning. They're meeting expectations. They're not falling apart. But fine often means contained. It means emotions are managed. Concerns are postponed. Needs are negotiated away. You're not fighting fires. You're quietly keeping things from tipping over. That takes energy. This kind of tiredness didn't come out of nowhere. Modern life asks for constant self-regulation. You manage your schedule, your emotions, your image, your productivity, your relationships, your future. Even rest is evaluated. Did I rest well? Did I rest efficiently? Did I use my time off correctly? Rest becomes another task to perform. And vigilance never switches off. What makes this exhausting is that it's rarely named. You don't say, I'm exhausted from managing expectations today. You just say, I'm tired. So the mind looks for explanations. Maybe I'm lazy. Maybe I'm unmotivated. Maybe something's wrong with me. But the problem isn't motivation. It's load. Invisible load. This is why doing less doesn't automatically restore energy. You can reduce tasks, but if the internal pressure stays, the system keeps running. You're still watching yourself. Still evaluating. Still bracing. The exhaustion isn't coming from action. It's coming from containment. There's a difference between effort and strain. Effort can be energizing. Strain drains. Effort is aligned. Strain is compensatory. Strain comes from holding a shape that doesn't quite fit anymore. And many people are tired because they're still holding a version of themselves that once made sense, but now costs too much. This part is subtle. A lot of exhaustion comes from maintaining identity. Being the reliable one. The calm one. The capable one. The improving one. Not because those identities are bad, but because they don't leave much room to soften. When you don't feel allowed to fully stop, your system never stands down. Your nervous system doesn't care how productive you look. It cares whether it feels safe to relax. Safety isn't about comfort. It's about permission. Permission to be unfinished. Permission to be unoptimized. Permission to not manage everything perfectly. Without that permission, the body stays alert. Alertness becomes fatigue. This is important. This state often precedes burnout. But it isn't burnout itself. Burnout is collapse. This is tension. Burnout is running on empty. This is running on reserve. And because you're still functioning, you tell yourself it can't be that serious. But sustained vigilance always has a cost. So what do you do with this insight? Not in a tactical sense. Not in a here are 5 steps sense. But in how you relate to your tiredness. The first shift is not to fight the tiredness. Not to override it. Not to fix it immediately. Not to shame it. Fatigue is information. It's not saying, you need to do less. It's saying, you've been holding more than you realize. Sometimes rest is about standing down internally. Letting go of the background commentary. The self-monitoring. The constant evaluation. That doesn't happen automatically when you stop moving. It happens when you feel allowed to stop needing to be someone for a moment. This is why a free weekend doesn't always restore you. Time off without permission becomes empty time filled with pressure. True rest requires safety. And safety comes from letting go of performance. Even briefly. One of the gentlest shifts you can make is simply noticing when you're bracing. Not fixing it. Just noticing. That noticing alone often reduces the load. Because awareness brings choice. Instead of asking, why am I so tired? Try asking, what am I holding right now? Often the answer isn't a task. It's a role. An expectation. A version of yourself you haven't been allowed to relax yet. As vigilance decreases, energy returns naturally. Not explosively. Not dramatically. Quietly. You stop feeling like rest has to be earned. You stop measuring yourself constantly. You stop living one step ahead of the moment. And slowly, the system cools. If you've been feeling tired without a clear reason, it doesn't mean you're failing. It may mean you've been strong for a long time. Attentive. Responsible. Aware. And those qualities, when held without rest, become heavy. Maybe the question isn't, why am I so tired? Maybe it's, why have I been holding myself together for so long? If this idea gave you a little space to breathe, that's enough for today. Some of the thoughts in this video echo ideas explored in work on stress and exhaustion, including books like Burnout by Emily Nagoski. If you want to explore further, you'll find a link below. Until then, it's okay to put some of the weight down.